So I was thinking of cleaning the loft today, but yesterday evening I had some time, so I took the liberty of cleaning the loft. So I cleaned this loft yesterday. It was done by like 6:30 in the evening, and it was spotless. And look what is happening right now. It don't take that much time for it to get dirty. And some of the stuff is like they're like reddish in color and all. That is because I fed them grits yesterday. And I did scrape up a little bit this morning before taking the video, but there's still some poke left. But this is what a clean loft looks like. I mean, some people scrape it every day. You know, if you have the time to do it, that's great. But I don't scrape it every day. I'll let it sit over there for some time, and I do it like every 3 months. I don't try to let it go way too dirty, but like the loft looked yesterday, it was dirty, but you know, it wasn't like unhealthy or anything like that. Some people only clean the loft once a year, and I put a video about how I clean the loft and all. Sometimes when it gets too hard to scrape it on the floor, I've heard a lot of people doing that. They'll take a water hose and kind of put some water and let it soak, and then it'll be easy to come off. But I don't like that thing because there will be still moisture left, and it doesn't suit with me. But some people have done that, and they don't have no problem. But here's what a clean loft looks like. You can still see the dust and all in the air, so that's another reason I say wear a mask. And the times that I don't take the video, I usually wear a mask in here because I'm allergic to dust. As soon as I vacuum my house, I'll start sneezing because I'm allergic to dust. So anybody who is having asthma or any kind of breathing trouble, who has pigeons, I advise wear a mask especially when you go into the pigeon loft, because that pigeon lung disease is a serious stuff. I know several people who have died from that, and it's just like you inhaling too much of the dust. The same dust is found in like parrots, parakeets, all those stuff, and so that's another thing for people who keep birds inside the house or parrots and finches inside the house. They got to be very careful because you're inhaling that dust, and over a period of time, it builds like a protein build up in your lungs, and you have a hard time breathing. So it's a serious matter, and I hope everybody follows the right procedure and and be safe. Anyway, we all are used to wearing masks, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal by now. But here's another thing about a clean loft. As soon as you clean the loft, birds, it's something like they get turned on to like breed, because a clean loft, they enjoy a clean loft. That's one beautiful thing about having a clean loft. You clean the loft and you put a nesting in there for them, like all the nest boxes up there in the breeding mindset. The one area I didn't really clean was this one over here, because they already laid eggs, and I didn't want to disturb them, so I just cleaned a little bit around it. But they did a great job building that nest all by themselves, so I just left them alone. But let's see what she looks like. There's a hen. Gonna lay her first egg, so she still has one more egg to go. There's that almond milky hen over there. Even like you can see the baby area. The baby, there's a water baby over there. You can see the poop over here. You can see the reddish color and all. That is from all the grit they eat. There's an Andalusian and dun hen. And these guys are a pair. That's a recessive red cockbird with a dilute kite. Some people call them sulfur. Ball of roller over there. Yeah, there's a little round ball of hen over there, roller. Birmingham roller. Reversing paddles over here. We got these guys over here. Here's an interesting combination. That is a Philip, they're almost the same color, and it's actually a silver hen with a brown cockbird. It's a good pair over there. They're both balls too, and pretty sure kind of Leroy cockpit with a white hen. Here's your pair of Mookies over there. Almond hen with the Andalusian cockpit. It's not a really good color mating for them, but most likely I'm looking to pair him with a blue hen, blue or black hen. I don't have a black hen. Most likely I have a blue hen. I would pair him up with the blue or hen, and put the almond on a brown cockbird. It's a brown Mookie hen. She's made it to a almond cockbird. And here you go. That is that pair that we released yesterday into the main loft after they've been in the individual compartment for almost a week. So that pair, they picked up that section over there, put a nest ball for them too. So they're doing fine. And then we got the almond saddle, Indian Fantail cockbird with your blue chick saddle hen. And these guys are over here, almond with black. And this is another Leroy hen too. This is her mate. Everybody's in the breeding mindset over here. And these guys, they're laid on the floor. You guys might have seen in the previous video, they were laying on the floor. So I didn't want to leave that area alone, it'd be hard. So I did clean it and gave them a nest ball and put the eggs in there. And hey, they kind of were okay with it, jumped in there. But that, doing such thing, like that kind of behavior is a hit or miss. Because I've done that in the past with some birds where they made a nest just like this. Like for example, I had one time a bird who made a nest like this, and I was cleaning. I cleaned the area and I put a nest ball with eggs in it. They didn't sit on the eggs, they abandoned the eggs. So most of the time they're okay, but it's always a hit and miss. There's no guarantee with this whole thing. So, but they were fine. They're sitting on those eggs. But so this is what a clean loft looks like. There you go. That's the pair of. Here's one of my white bar hens that I raised last year, Birmingham Rollers, bullhead. She's made it to a white bar cockbird. That's an almond cockbird that's made it to the brown hen over there. I raised some brown almonds in Mookies too. That's a pair over there. It's actually a opal laced lace cockbird over there. You can see like in the cockbird there's light lacing over there, and look at this is a better lacing option, but he's actually the dad to that hen over there. Mated him with the black hen just like that, and that's all that baby. So there's another opal lace over there. There's a hen. This is a dad and mom to that baby over there. It's an almond hen with a opal lace cockbird. I'm gonna, after the baby's matured, I'm gonna break them up. I'm gonna take that opal lace cockbird and make to that opal lace hen over there. I mean, you call it black lace, you know, some people call it that black lace hen. they're both the same color. That would be a good combination. And most likely made that almond hen with another almond cockwood, or I might put it on a kite or versus a red. Everybody's in the breeding mindset. The first time I'm trying to do this with reverse wings, I'm putting a yellow cockwood on a black hen because they really have both have really good structures, and I want to see what they throw, and maybe at one point raise some duns too. So. Here's the I'm going to put some bath water today later on, because I put that every other day, so that they do enjoy taking them. It's still cold right now. My hands are freezing. The cold weather hasn't gone away. So, and I throw the grit. This is the grit that I use, and I just put that in the fly pen like that. And they're kind of picky. The grit I used to use before was all red. It has the pine saw smell in it, and they loved it. But this one is a multi-variety one. It has a lot of calcium in it, and they tend to waste the calcium. I don't know why, but I couldn't find the other grit. It was made by KT quit making that grit, so that's right. Yeah, that is that pair of white bars. Opal, there you go. That's a pair. I just introduced them to the loft. They're both the last year's birds, ballhead Birmingham rollers. I would do one video if somebody asked me like to show how to trim the tails on Indian fantails. Like, I was about to trim all of them, but I'm glad that someone asked me the question. Yeah, anybody has any kind of request or suggestions or any question, put that in the comments, because you know, I don't know what everybody wants. So I would do a video of how to trim the tails, the muffs, the hawks, and the different varieties. Sometimes how people trim the tails. So. Yeah, the cleaning loft is it's like a lot of manual work, because you have to clean it, and you have to dump it off. And I don't have, like, people ask, do you have any helpers? No. Yeah, I did have a helper yesterday who took the video, as a kid across the street from me, and he actually watches my birds if I'm going anywhere for a few days, which rarely happens because I don't like to travel, because I'll be too much worried about my birds. And if I cannot take my dog with me, that is a big problem too. I usually if I'm traveling somewhere and I'm driving, I always take my dog with me. But if I'm going somewhere I need to fly, to put my dog in a boarding, it always worries me. And same thing with my birds, because every day I come like at least 10 times to my loft and check on my birds. So I'll be missing that, interaction, because that's a part of my daily routine. I'm a guy with a routine, so it really bothers me. So yeah, cleaning the loft is a job, but to me it doesn't seem like a job, because something that I enjoy. I love my birds and I want to take care of them, and once it's cleaned, you're so happy that, hey, that thing is done. And yeah, there you go. They just got mated up. Both the last year's birds. So that's going to be a nice pair. I do have opal laced hen too, like a blue laced hen too. Don't have a cockwood for her, but she was too good that I had to save her, and I'm gonna mate her to a blue bar cockwood. I'll do a video soon about my feed, because I have a lot of requests what kind of feed I use, how I mix them, what all treats I use. So I'll do a video about my feed and the treats at the same time, and then I would do another video about cutting the tails. Yeah, I mean, somebody has asked me like about my fly pens and all. So if you look at my loft, it is basically like I would say 8 by 8 or 10 by 10, something like that. So you gotta have all these birds, and if I close those doors, without a fly fence, because you cannot let them out, hawks and all the neighbor problems, and also it's not enough room for them. Like at night, that is just a place for them to sleep. And like in the morning, I open it out, and I give them an additional, I would say, like at least 12 foot long and 12 foot wide extension, so they can come and relax and fly around. It's not the perfect thing, but at least it's better than nothing. Using that as a nesting material. That's a tail that I cut off from some fantail. Yeah, they're all like looking for small things for building nests, even though I gave them a nest that they want to add more to the what they have. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the how the loft looks like. Look at that. He's stealing from there, trying to find some kind of nesting material. That's okay. If I don't want to speak earlier, then I might, kind of knock it off. That was a beautiful video of the Homer cockbird feeding his babies. That is our newly mated pair that was introduced. We got a small nest ball in there. Looks like they're having fun in there. I guess that's about it. Now, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Now look, this was what I was talking about. Earlier you couldn't see much. Now you can see there's a bulb holder in there where you put a connector bulb, and you buy one of those, I think like 8 watts or 10 watt bulbs, like a blue kind of bulb, and you hook that to power, and you put the. Let me show you how it works. I mean, just. So the fan tails can move, that would be great. So you see the bulb goes in that holder over there, you connect that to the power and it lights up, and the winter time you put the water on the top of that, and the bulb has emits a very little heat, and that is good enough to prevent the water from freezing, and it doesn't melt the plastic or anything like that. I've done it many times. You'll be worried like, oh, I hope it doesn't melt the plastic. No, it's a perfect thing for winter, but I don't have any power, any electric in my loft right now, but that's exactly what it looks like. The other day, if you go back to my video, it was real dirty with poop and everything because I'm not using for anything, and you had no idea what it was. Now after I cleaned it all up, it makes much sense. Now these fantails, they're looking to nest underneath it. That's the nesting area for them. So I hope that was some good information. But anyhow, that's about it. Thank you guys. Have a great week.